I'm playing Friday the 13th the game. In spirit of it being the month of Hallows Eve or Halloween, I'm gonna play some Friday the 13th, playing hopefully as Jason, maybe running around scaring people. I've never played this before. I've been wanting to play it. I've heard mixed reviews from friends, and it would look pretty funny whenever some of the other YouTubers played it. Got it free, thanks to PlayStation, because not because I am like what do you call it, sponsored by them or I'm sponsoring them. The PlayStation is pretty great. They're finally kind of broke down with this Fortnite crossover thing, and hopefully the stupid business that's been going around will be fixed, and the second game that will be the first game ever cross-played will be Fallout 76, unless something stupid happened, which people can't just get along. That's how the world works. So let's get some scary monster work going on here. And customize. Counselor. Customize your counselor. Oh, you have to buy it. What the fuck would you want to buy? Oh, that's kind of cool. Wear some pink with that. My cat is deciding to lay right in front of those shoes, so hopefully they look good. Can you not? That'd be kind of cool if you could make your own custom character, like a Monster Mash Halloween. I always figured they should make a game where oh, well, they're all the same thing. Okay, I don't know if that was a waste or not. I should have used it probably towards Jason. Oh, you probably have to unlock him as you go, don't you? What version of Jason is that? Oh, that's locked. Back on the head. I like that. Whatever that jacket is. Is this the, they have the option. And they have the shears. I want the axe. That's it for now. Can run, weapon strength, grip strength, stun resistance, sense, stalking. So this one has stock, stun resistance, and shift. So would I want the shift one? Oh, I can't get that one. I think the shears one is the only one I got. Stock, throwing knives, can run. Can they all shift? Okay. Okay. I don't think I can change their weapon. Level 103. I don't know if that's supposed to mean something. See, I've actually only watched a few of the Friday the 13th movies. I like the movies. I just never got the chance to watch any of the other ones. I would always prefer apply. Okay, so now that we're done doing all this stuff, make sure there's nothing I need to... I'm pretty sure the audio is something I need to bring down. At least down to like 20% or something. That's probably a lot better. I wonder if people will still be able to hear me since I'm doing this. Mute copyrighted music. Yes. Alright, apply. Game settings. Rotate. No. Input. I'm just looking at all this stuff. I'm sorry. I should have did this before I, Okay, use weapon. See small item attack. And that's mainly what I'll have to do anyway. Break free. Let's see. Sprint and move. Jason's fast walk. Sense. Morph. Stock. Shift. I'll probably be using a lot of the shift and sense. Okay. Alright, let's go. Let's just get into the game. Should I do a quick play? Oh, yeah, let's just jump into it. It's more interesting that way. See if there's anybody I can jump in with quick play. Oh, hopefully soon I'll be able to play with someone. That's one of the biggest problems, is finding someone who's dedicated enough to play the game with you and do some funny commentary. It'd be easier with this too, because then you can hear the in-game talk and whatnot. And I may not be able to... Searching for dedicated savers. So just create one. Maybe create a party. Create a party? How do I stop? Oh. Cancel. Create a party. See if they can invite anybody to the party. Who actually has it? Let's see, Dylan has it. My cousin, or my brother. And my sister. Hopefully they'll be able to do this. I'm gonna put the headphones on. It'll make it a lot easier since there's not as much music. I may end up going ahead and actually turning down the audio for it slightly. There we go. See that? Like I said, this is the hard part, getting people to play. Come on, you guys. Mommy raw beef patty. Sorry, I still have the song stuck in my head from the last video. Oh, so tired. I'm not used to playing video games anymore. Do I just need to go click play? Quick play? Come on. Free Raider J. Spuck. We'll see if that'll work. Shamboli. My sister. It was probably John playing, actually. Yeah, this is pretty much going to be the gameplay. Me just trying to find someone who can do this. This is where that editing share factor or whatever it's called would probably go into perfect perfect place. Trying to get someone to jump in. It's freaking hard. See you put out. Okay. Does like nobody play this game? Like seriously, does nobody play this game? If you look here, it's been, I think, a minute? Almost 2 minutes? I'm just trying to get anybody to play now. I wonder... Tonight I might have to redo this. Close party. Wait for a second. 10, 9, 8. Wait. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close party. And that canceled that. I'm gonna try playing offline. Virtual cabin. No, this give me some time to practice. I've never played this before, so I mean, at least you guys are getting something, seeing as nobody wants to watch it. I'll do a part 2 later tonight to make up for the crappy one today. As part of the Kickstarter campaign, certain high-tier backers could get their likeness included in the game. One such generous backer was Eric J. R. Lakaba? I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name, but congrats, dude. Lakaba is like... I'm just gonna call you Locke. Locke, best 2 stats are repair 10-10 and stealth 8-10. That's cool. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Huh. Double vision, extra skin auditioned for the role of Samantha. When the filmmakers discovered that she had twin sister Carrie, they offered them both the foxy roles of Tina and Terry. This is not the first time Camille and Carrie's acted together. The both. It should say they both, I think. I don't know. They both having already starred in double mint gum commercials. Huh? It's kind of cool. Oh, what's this? In part 3, Debbie Andy, played by Tracy Savage and Jeffrey Rogers, Canoodled in a hammock after returning from a shower, Debbie lounges with a Fangora magazine. She flips past an article about Tom Savani and the man behind many of the classic Friday the special effects. Unlikely for her, Jason was hiding with a knife beneath the hammock. Got ya. Yeah. The most requested playable Jason was directed Adam Marcus and actor Kane Hodler's version of Jason Goes to Hell. This is ironic given how little screen time the movie gives to the corporeal Jason. I think they need to do a Freddy versus Jason. I mean, this game was a good idea. It's just there's so much there they could have done more. Imagine a game like this where you walk around and you check this and whatnot, and you start out it being normal. Why is my ghosty so short? Like, this is probably like 3 feet. My guy's probably like 5'6" or something like that. Can I look out what my body looks like? Can't do any of that. You could. I think they should be able to do it so that you could be at a place like this or in the city or whatever like that, or even just make a game that's supposed to seem like it's a really good life simulator RPG online, and then just add that in as one of the big stories or make it part of the game. And like someone could be a murderer or whatever, and then there could actually be a Freddy, Jason, Chucky, and people just need to get past that stupid, if money wasn't a thing, I know everyone's gonna say, oh, well, you can keep complaining about it, we all need to use it. But if it wasn't, I'm pretty sure by now that would have already happened. They would have just did a big Monster Mash, and they could even call it Monster Mash, and like have it playing in the background when all of the monsters come in for the trailer. And later on they add them as they go, so you can have some non-monsters like Saw or Jigsaw, and trying to think of another one, American Horror Story. Have some people from there come in and play whole story parts. It doesn't even have to be online if you don't want it to be, but if you do, they can change it. I'm betting you these are all like people that have to do with it. Oh, I mean, sorry. I wasn't looking at her boobs. There's something in the background. What is that? There's like something lurching behind him. Hello. Some kids. Are these just random pictures? For a second there, I thought that was the dude from Parks and Recreation. I'm trying to remember, is it Ron? Ron Swanson. Home is where the heart is. Pretty sure that has to do with like his mom or something. Na, 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 na. Are they at like the original house or something? It'd be cool if like they would have put something in the background, like you can see some people over there. And it's like that person's just getting ready to kill that person or something. Not that it being realistic, just as like an Easter egg. It's a loud fridge. The mythos of Jason lies somewhere between the natural and the supernatural. He's a man who can be cut and killed, but is also a boy who survived drowning, and one telling his immortal dark heart switches host, and another he is a woundable adversary. Like a good campfire story, the definitive truth always is just out of the reach. Yeah, I'm a fucking one-trick pony. Two trick, because there's 2 songs in there. I think she had a stroke. Friday the 13th, the game features a wide range of voice-over talent. The counselor, Deborah Kim, is voiced by veteran Christina V, who has helped voice many popular animated film projects. Huh. From a watery start to a toxic end, Jason spent Friday the 13th part 8. I'm not good with those kind of numbers. Jason takes Manhattan. Yeah, I'm a fucking idiot. Get over it. Those kind of numbers. Them apples. Jason takes Manhattan covered in goo, according to King Holder. They put slime on him in every single shot. He was wet the entire movie. Oh, he was wet. You dirty boy. Can I not? There we go. After hooking up with Tina, Crispin Glover's character Jimmy goes downstairs for a celebratory bottle of wine. Not having the means to open the bottle, he calls out for a corkscrew. Jason obliges by slamming it into his hand before hacking him into the face with a meat cleaver. You should be careful what you wish for Friday the 13th films. Red, red wine. Fucking YouTube copyright. There's a trash can. Oh, even the trash can has a story. I wonder if that Coda can down there has one. Julius and Jason's boxing match in Friday the 13th Part 8, I'm guessing again. Jason Takes Manhattan was scripted to take place in Madison Square Garden, but for budgetary reasons ended up taking place on a roof in Vancouver. The boxing scene, however, was not lacking for effect. Actor Vincent Craig Dubray, who played Julius, was really punching Kane Hodder with all his might. When it was Jason's turn, he punched Julius' head off, sending it flying into a dumpster. Because he was trash. I get it. Funny pun. Jason has menaced several diners throughout the series. This menu is inspired by the diner in Part 5. Another diner in Jason Takes Manhattan features Jason bursting in and hunting Renee or Renee and Sean, and a large cook attempts to thwart the killer before being picked up and thrown into a mirror. That cook was 6'7". Jesus Christ. I think I'm like 6'4", 6'5". Stuntman, wear size 18 for like future trivia. Stuntman Ken Kersinger, who would go and what was with people and fucking weird names. Like we have people in my town like with the name Matheny and fucking Kleinbrow and fucking weird names like that. Stuntman King Kersinger. I'm pretty sure it's Kersinger or Kerzang or whatever. Fuck you. Who would go on to play Jason in another film? Pinehurst Diner. Woo! It's a whoa of time. Fuck my lungs. I can't do that too often. I was screaming the last video because fucking Bloodborne. I can spawn a Satan. I'm gonna open the door. Is Jason in here? Can I just keep going? Gonna make a song out of it. From the Jeeps in the original movie to Megan's Hot Rod in Part 6, I'm guessing. There have been many memorable automobiles in the films. In Part 5, Ethel's wild son Jr. courageously rides a motorcycle before being decapitated with a meat cleaver. Without much of a budget, the director had the actor playing Jr. Ron Sloan do the stunt himself. If required, Sloan to ride a motorcycle recklessly through the forest with $50,000 cam mounted to the handlebars. That's pretty reckless.
What was the creepiest part about working on the game?
Oh, for sure, the phone calls.
Okay, sorry. That was great. Can you start over, but this time incorporate the question into your answer?
My bad, yeah. So the creepiest part about working on this game was I get these weird phone calls to my personal phone. We worked on the game for almost, I think it was about 3 years. And every single Friday the 13th, we would get these calls from someone. At first, I thought it was someone at the studio, Paul or Dan or something, but it had to be like an F-13 fanboy or something. They would use this voice distortion and claim to be Pamela warning us to honor the memory of her son. Sometimes they would just laugh into the phone and hang up, but most of the times they would just, complain about the game taking so long.
That doesn't sound that creepy.
It wasn't until one time I called the number back and heard this.
That definitely wasn't creepy. I thought he was gonna like pop out and scare the shit out of me. Perfect timing. Jason and Kane Hodder has special connections, and Friday the 13th Roundtable Hodder relayed a little bit of what it's like to be so close to the icon. Every time I do a convention, sorry, I read really fast. Every time I do a convention or an appearance somewhere, there will always be at least one person that says, "Hey, do the Jason walk," and I'm like, "Well, that's kind of how I walk." Ha! Smartass. That's probably actually how he walks. I call him a smartass. These guys did pretty good in this game. I know this is probably boring, but I always do like I'm going to try and do the extras first in some of these. And I don't know how the game works, so it's better to know kind of what I'm playing. Larry Zenner played the role of a fan favorite, Shelley, in Friday the 13th, Part 3. In the movie, Vera, played by Catherine Parks, is on the docks of Crystal Lake when she finds Shelley's wallet. Inside is a picture of Larry and his actual mother. Startled by noise, Vera drops the wallet into the muddy waters. Upon finishing it out, she's confronted with Jason wielding a harpoon gun. Fans know the rest of the story. What they might not know is that after filming, Larry gave the washed out photo to his mother, who put it on a fridge as a memento. It stayed there for 30 years before it was scanned and put into this very game. That is pretty cool. I wonder if they use the same magnet too. Me and Mom. Jeez. They did really good. Look, I think the thickness is... I might be right on. I don't know. I don't know why I'm judging thickness. Yes, that's the kind of thing you judge in a game. Thickness. Okay! There may be some semi-nudity. In Friday lore, Steve Christie is the entrepreneur son of David and Louise Christie, who owned Camp Crystal Lake at the time of Jason's drowning. Steve takes it upon himself to renovate the camp and reopen it. By fixing the camp, he draws the murderous area of the killer. Still reeling from Jason's death, who knows if it hadn't been for Steve, perhaps Camp Blood would have remained dormant and the world would have been robbed of one of its great fictional villains. The character of Jenny Mayers, known as the Girl Next Door, is voiced by the talented Christina Klepp. Unlike her character, Christina is a bit of a traveler. Born in New York, spent her formative years in Germany, France, and Italy. Didn't look at her butt. It stopped and pulled right there to like right on her butt. Jeez, look at the fucking fold. Never mind. Door's locked. The Spring Break 1984 Clothing Pack DLC introduced skimpy swimsuits and a new challenge for the art team at Elphonic. In an interview, art director Cole Gray stated, "We hadn't built the system originally for the customization of swimsuits. We've had an overhaul how the characters function fundamentally. It has to do with a much larger scope of work that involves a gore system. So now we have to have a bunch of new clothes that work with the way our characters pop. Our characters are essentially crash test dummies. They have to break apart at certain locations. It was a bit of a challenge." Fucking creepy looking into a hole. Nickname 82. Yeah, I'm Counselor Matt. I'm going to make you stay as enjoyable as I can. Wait, there's passwords? I have no idea if this did anything. October, I think, is the day you have to switch it to. Bear traps can, I don't think it's going to do anything. Yeah, like I said, I didn't think it was going to do anything. The role of a tough member of the local biker gang was played by an actor named, appropriately enough, Nick Savage. It's a rough movie for Ollie. His bike is damaged, so his friends are killed, and he gets his arm chopped off before being hatched to death. In an alternate ending, he survives, but that footage, like Ollie himself, was cut. Aww. After the success of the first movie, Frank Mancuso Sr., the CEO of Paramount Pictures, wanted to make the franchise into a serial with each movie having a different story. It was reportedly Phil Scorry, Steve, I can't, Min-Asian, and Bob Simon, BB, who insisted that the sequel have Jason Voorhees. Okay. Director Adam Marcus wanted to turn... See, that's a normal name. I'm not picking fun at anybody. It's just fucking hard to say certain names. Because, like, you don't know if it's Jason or Jessica is how they fucking say the name. And you're just like... It's spelled Jessica. Fucking America English. Turn the series back to themes of family. The character of Jessica Kimball is the daughter of Deanna Kimball, who is the half-sister of Jason Voorhees. What? Oh, okay. Okay. Composer Harry Manfredini has scored 8 Friday films. Some of his older music was rescued in Part 7 as well, but it was his first score for the original movie that set the tone for the rest of the series. In an interview, Manfredini described how that score took on a life of its own. The music became a character in the film. It was really minimal. There was really only 2 chords in the score. There was a sameness to that score. There was never any melody. Okay. Flowers, Tiki. The script for Jason Goes to Hell is exceptional that not a single teenager was called for in the script. Friday the 13th is more than a movie franchise. There's also a television series, a comic book miniseries, and 4 novels to date. Oh, I know that people think it's gimmicky and it would be a bad idea, but I kind of would enjoy if they did Jason Voorhees Goes Back in Time. And it's like, it takes place a little bit after the one with him in the future, and he's still alive. And the only thing they can do is send him through like a black hole or something. And while he's going through the black hole, actually, they guess what it is, and he goes like all the way in the past. But it's like still near the lake. And it's when there was like a town around it. The role of Jason was played by at least 4 different people in Part 2. The unmasked and hairy version of Jason was played by Warrington Gillette. Steve Daskawise did Jason's stunts for the majority of the movie. Jerry Wallace, who was created as the Prowler, is said to have played the role in certain scenes. FX artist Carl Fullerton may have also appeared as Jason in the film, as evidenced by a behind-the-scenes photo. However, the very first appearance of Jason was played by costume designer Ellen Luter in a shot of Jason's feet walking towards Alice's apartment. Look at something real quick. We're gonna do passwords. I guess this is a actual game. Okay. Is there a phone in here?
Okay, so did you want to do an intro?
Hello. Welcome to the Virtual Cabin. I'm Chuck Brengard, CEO of Ilphonic, and we are the developers behind Friday the 13th, the game, which you are currently playing now.
Is there anything you want to say to the fans?
Sure. I just want to say thanks for playing and supporting the game. Our fan base has been incredible. This project has exceeded even our wildest dreams, and that's because of all your continued and amazing support.
So where are we?
So this is the Virtual Cabin, 2.0 to be exact. The Virtual Cabin was a way for our backers to check out new art assets and discover a few hidden Easter eggs as we were building the game. It was a really engaging way to show a sneak peek at what we were developing.
So, why bring it back?
A ton of work went into researching the Friday the 13th films for the game, and we wanted to present a fun way to go behind the scenes and learn more about how the movies and the game were made. Consider this as an expanded virtual museum, a space where you can explore the lore of Friday the 13th and take it all in. Who knows? There might even be a few new Easter eggs to discover. If you go digging deep enough. Sorry, I didn't mean for that to sound so ominous.
Okay. Is there not a phone in here? Upstairs. Bugsy Wilson and Chad Kenningston. Since the inception of the project, developers knew that the Friday the 13th experience had to be multiplayer. To capture the magic of the movies, the multiplayer experience is what got us the license, said co-creator Ronnie Hobbs. Sean S. Cunningham saw our game, saw that it was multiplayer and it could essentially play out like a film. They had been wanting to make a Friday the 13th game for a long time, but all they were ever pitched was a single player game. Okay, it's the same thing. Okay, it's not here. One of the most emblematic moments of this movie is the scene of Jason in Times Square. Kane Hodder, who played Jason, stayed in character the whole time. There were hundreds of people on both sides of the street watching the filming. With one quick look from Jason, the crowd would scream, cheer, and go wild. Corey Feldman was slated to reprise his role of Tommy Jarvis in this film. Unfortunately, being cast in two Spielberg movies led to scheduling conflicts. A compromise was reached in which the child actor would appear, but only in the opening sequence. Director Danny Steinman arranged for the crew to set up in Feldman's backyard. They put up extra bushes and had rain machine and wrapped the shoot in 2 hours. Huh. Tommy's fascination with masks served multiple purposes in this film. They served as an homage to seminal special effects artist Tom Savini, as well as adding a darker layer for Tommy's character, providing an omen of things to come. According to screenwriter Barney Cohen, they also made a philosophical point about horror that is contagious. The horror that Jason dispenses can be passed on to anyone. The film features a recasted Jason. The filmmakers discovered a 6'3", 250-weight nightclub owner named C.J. Graham. Graham was part of a hypnotist stage show whereby a musician would put audience members in a trance and ask them to imagine they were encountering Jason Voorhees. Graham would dress as Jason and scare them in the middle of the hypnosis. The projection, she was impressed and cast Graham as a Jason for the movie. Oh, that's like a fucking... Are you serious? I must later be able to do something because you can't put a TV in here and not put like a thing. Unless it's just too easy. I was wondering if you could see anybody outside the window. There's the docks out there. Is that Jason? There's someone sitting outside. Okay. Chamber of Horrors. Keep out. This means you. In one scene in part 6, a group of campers are shown to be sleeping in a cabin. The camera pans over a little girl who has fallen asleep reading Jean-Paul Sartre's novel No Exit. The novel is about 3 people spending eternity together in a small room and ends with a revelation. Hell is other people. Quite an odd book for a child to be reading. One devastating element of Part 6 is that it is the only movie in the series to feature children at the camp. The decision was purposely choice on the part of the director Tom McLaughlin to raise the stakes and set the audience at its edge. Oh, this is. Hey, Bear. Oh, the fucking purple rabbit. I'm hot burning. Someone in there? John Shepard played the shell-shocked Tommy Jarvis in the 5th film, A New Beginning. Tommy, psychologically damaged by his run-in with Jason in the final chapter, is sent to a treatment facility called Pinehurst. Why is it always Pinehurst? Has anybody ever noticed that? Like, I think Pinehurst is the name of the place for Heroes, that does all that stuff. And there's a few other movies and TV shows that has the name Pinehurst. Halfway Home. Shepard took the role seriously, spending a few months volunteering at a state mental hospital to prepare. I like how the only thing on there is at the bottom. Okay. Veteran Jason actor Kane Holder plays 3 roles in Jason Goes to Hell. Not only does he play the titular character, Hodder also plays a security guard who mocks Jason and the gloved hand who grabs the hucking mask in the front shot of the movie. The MPAA Rating Board, Motion Picture Association of America, and the Friday the 13th franchise has long had a cat and mouse relationship. Director John Carl Buchler has butchered your name, has publicly vented his frustration with the amount of footage that had to be cut to attain an R rating. For Buchler, the gore had a purpose, comparing the removal of it to be like telling a joke without a punchline. Like the movies that preceded it, Friday the 13th, the game has had its own problems with censors. Germany's rating board, the USK, found the game so violent that it rejected the game at launch. Elphonic and Gun Media found the player feedback from the beta build to be invaluable towards the balancing the game. According to Dev Ronnie Hobbs, One item that required adjustment was the firecrackers. If you played the beta, you'd know that the firecrackers used to be the least useful item in the game. They were designed to be a deterrent to fool Jason. You could throw something down, and if he was using sense, he would see sound pings, and you could run the other way. Firecrackers can stun him now. That should have been able to do that the entire time. After menacing the crew of the Grendel, Jason is shot to death by the android KM-14 with half a body and half a head. Jason falls onto a nano med bay that super heals the killer. With future technology, Jason is reborn as Uber Jason. Same bloody thirst, but deadlier. Nearly indestructible and with limited movement for actor Kane Hodder. The full bodysuit looked sharp, but had a limited range of motion on account of all the metallic pieces. Many kills in the game take their inspiration and origin from the movies. The kill where Jason spears a counselor in the face, for example, is a reference towards the VW Bug scene with Nancy McLaughlin in Part 6. Alice, the heroine of the first movie, was played by Adrienne King. Her appearance in Part 2 is cut short when Jason shoves an ice pick through her temple. The collapsed ice pick proc was not checked properly, and on take 1 did not retract. Thankfully, King wasn't injured and didn't need any med spray. Among the most interesting deaths in Part 5 was the road flare death. In the scene, two greasers, Vinny and Pete, are stranded along the road in the woods, a common enough occurrence in the world of Friday the 13th. Jason ambushes the two and shoves a road flare in Vinny's mouth. And for the special effects shot, they made a latex version of Vinny's head and jammed the road flare in the mouth, making a horrific red glow. During the sequence where Jason chases Renee and Sean in the subway car, two spray-painted slogans are clearly visible. Jason lives and Quayton lives. The first is the tagline of the 6th installment, and the second is a shout out to the band that director Rob Hayden was in his youth. I'm sorry, I'm getting a headache. In the climatic fight of Part 6, Jason pulls Tommy down to the bottom of the Crystal Lake. Underwater, there's a metal sign for Camp Crystal Lake. The word blood sprayed over Crystal Lake. It is an homage to the title of the original Friday the 13th screenplay, A Long Night at Camp Blood. Ooh. Is anybody behind her? Nope. Oh my god, there's so much stuff. Alright, how about this? Was that the different faces of Jason? Or just special effects? Yep, special effects. Even before they had licensed, the developers at Gun Media intended to write a love letter to the Friday series, and knew they needed to be licensed to do it. Speaking of the early days, co-creator Ronnie Hobbs sorry, my head's starting to hurt really bad. Okay, I need to figure out where this stuff they keep talking about is. They said there was a phone in here somewhere. Sock fell off the door. Oh, here it is. Said behind the, Okay. That didn't scare me at all. I'm getting out of this room. I don't like snakes. I don't like snakes. We can stay in there, a snake. Have fun. Collect the last figure in the bathroom. It is located in the stack of cardboard boxes. There's a snake in here too! Congratulations! Wait, that was the same room I was in earlier. Alright, so I have all the figures. Room number 3. Okay. I need to go back into this room. Okay. I kind of want to know the snake will kill me. The script for the original movie is the prowler who puts the snake into the cabin. In the scene where the snake is beheaded, no special effects were used out of all the kills filmed in the series. And this snake is the only one who really died. I'm surprised they didn't freaking freak out about that. Jessica. Jason, no machete? As I always said, any of the films I did as Jason would always warn the actors, and they always thought it was kind of a joke, but I was very serious saying, when it comes time for your death, it's not going to be easy, it's not going to be uncomfortable, it's going to be a little rough. I'm not going to hurt you, but it's going to be a little rougher than you expected. And sometimes they were quite tentative about it, but then when they saw the final product, oh my, so glad you did it like that, because it looks so much better. Okay. Okay, so okay, so I'm looking for a fireplace. I forgot about that one. Wait, second story in the tent. I already knew about that one. Let's do a wheelchair. Yeah, I'm kind of cheating. I want to actually do this, so it's not a complete waste of time doing this. Yeah, we get it. They're getting ready to fornicate, or they already did. Alright, so nice butt. Yeah, got that done earlier. Same door! Okay, so over here. Okay, so it's right here, Jason Voorhees during the first mask. Okay, so we're gonna get the next one, which is in the fireplace. We saw that one, the first one we probably saw. Okay, so okay, first one. I'm so confused. I know which one this is. this is the fourth one. Probably going to be in the wrong order. I think it's probably going to be that one. Oh, then I got these mixed up, because that one's probably the most damaged one. Oh wait, no, is that the most damaged one? I'm just gonna see if... this is correct. That's probably incorrect. Okay, the first one was 3 brown, 3 red marks. So maybe it's this. Another drawer open. Bull crap. I got it in the wrong pattern. Okay, so something's wrong. First one is brown, 3 red marks on the cheeks. None of these I don't think have 3 red marks on the cheek, do they? Am I missing one? No. Okay, so we'll switch this. That again. Okay, so I messed up somewhere. Most damaged of all. Okay, so bloody cut from forehead. Check. White and blue symbols. Check. Red mark on the eyebrow. Check. I think. Gray damaged edges. Three red marks on the face. There's only 2 on most of these. This one's definitely the brown one. But it seems older. Okay, so the first one is brown, 3 red marks on the cheeks. Second one is bloody cut in the forehead. Okay. Third one is white and blue symbols. Okay. The fourth one is a red mark on the brow. Let's see if this one's better. Sorry, I'm just checking something real quick. That was definitely one of the problems. Okay, so no, I don't want to pick up that. And then just okay. Okay, so I go upstairs. Oh, that's a spider. Sherry Ross played the character Reggie, a prankster, one of the heroes of Part 5 in Reggie's introduction. He struggled as a troubled Tommy Jarvis with a rubber spider before processing that where I come from, you learn to be scared of nothing. Reggie would make good on his boast. In the third act, the killer is about to catch him when Reggie runs over him with a tractor. Okay. Yo-yo. Okay, I still can't go outside. Oh wait, there's a thing in here.
Sweet. Well, now you know the virtual cabin goes a little deeper than we let on. There are quite a few well, more like secrets left to discover. We hid some content in this cabin that will not be easy to unlock. You'll really have to think outside the box.
So like a puzzle game.
Think of this less like a puzzle game designed to get through in like an afternoon, and more like an experience for our community to get to know the movies better, or for the hardcore fans to test their knowledge. That might be too much to say, but we could always cut that out later, right?
Mm-hmm. And how will players know when they've uncovered all the secrets?
It should be pretty obvious.
Okay, and then upstairs. I just want to see what happens. So I ended up just cutting to this because I would have never figured this out. Upstairs bedroom. I'm guessing that's the upstairs bedroom. And there's a podium right behind me in there. Yep. Display room. Yo-yo and the display room. Okay, and then blue hat and the podium in the back room, but the kitchen. I wish you could run. Maybe he's pretty decent when it comes to speed, so. Go to the phone in the main lobby and dial 155.
Who is this? Where is my boy?
Alright, we're gonna try some other one, Bruce.
Crystal Lake Police Department. Hello? Hello?
Part 2 is the first film that features Jason Voorhees as a killer. After surviving drowning and living alone in the woods for more than 20 years, sackhead Jason emerges to exact the revenge of the murder of his mother, Pamela Voorhees. Continuing his mother's mission to keep Crystal Lake closed, he decapitates maybe? Nearly every counselor, decapitates every counselor at the Packanack Lodge Training Center. Only the aspiring children's psychologist Jenny Field is able to outsmart and eventually defeat Jason. She puts on Pamela's sweater to trigger Jason and then buries a machete deep into his shoulder. After the credits roll, one question remains: where the hell is Paul? Build to the end of the series, the final chapter that delivers a thrilling resolution, if not the end. Part 6 is perhaps the most notable for two things. The first one is being Crispin Glover. His dance to Woo, one of the twins, is one of the most and I let you guys read this. Good. I'm getting a really bad headache. This Jason Goes to Hell. The New Blood. Jason begins this film drowned and chained to the bottom of the Crystal Lake. The telekinetic Tina Shepard, Part 7's final girl, mistakenly brings Jason back to life while having an emotional breakdown. Part 6 features several intense battle scenes, incredibly brutal skills. No, the most
You can bring him back, you know. There's always a way.
It's not creepy at all. What? Oh, well, that was the first run, I guess. I'm gonna go ahead and end it here and take a break, because I'm fucking dying over here. I gotta get up and get this cat off my lap for a little bit. You're gonna have a supercalifragilistic night, and I'll probably make a video later if I can get a friend on here to play with me. And have a good night.